Jaime Slavin, and today it's all about fudge, raw fudge. I'm very excited to be providing you with a recipe that I devised in my kitchen with the help of an amazing food company called Prana. Not too sure if you've seen, let me grab one of their products, this company before, Prana Organics. I love their stuff. Today's recipe is using all prana ingredients. Prana actually is a Sanskrit, an ancient Indian word for vital energy, like vital life force. And it's so amazing when you not only hear that name of this vital energy, but you can also feel that vital energy in their products. They take great pride in making sure that the food that they source, nuts, seeds, fruit, sweeteners, all sorts of other exotic superfoods, you can just tell that the quality and the integrity is there in each thing. So this fudge is not only decadent, ooey, gooey, delicious, but it's also loaded with vital energy, and that's what it's all about. Let's get to it. We are starting with a few lovely ingredients here. Now, I wrote this recipe a while ago. Actually, I tested it for Prana, and they're going to be sharing this on their website, this video and the recipe, so you can find it there. When that's available, I'll let my viewers know. But in the meantime, you can find the recipe on my Facebook page or on my website, which connects to the blog, to my blog. So I'll post that for you in just below in the information section on YouTube, and I'll post it at the end as well. So we have the base of this ooey gooey fudge is apricots, dried apricots. They're so sweet, yet subtle enough not to overwhelm the taste of the fudge. Everything kind of just blends in, but this is a perfect base to start with. So what these are apricots that have been soaked in water. I actually soaked them in some hot water to speed up the process, but if you don't want to soak them in hot water and you just want to soak them overnight on the counter in a jar with some water, that's excellent. I'll have the details posted in the recipe. But in the meantime, I just actually, one more look. See? They're brown. I don't know if that concerns you. The thing is, it shouldn't concern you that they're brown. We want them to be brown, and the reason is when the orange fruit is dried, when the apricot is dried, it oxidizes, and what happens is it changes its color. That's okay. The drying process that this company uses, as well as the factor of dehydration, it will still maintain and hold onto its nutrients. Actually, dried apricots have higher levels of nutrients such as iron, some B vitamins, vitamin A has higher level than the fresh fruit. So dried apricots are an excellent nutritious choice, but the fact that these apricots are brown is what you want to look for. You don't want the apricots to still be orange, because that means that they've been treated with sulfites, and sulfites have been connected to a whole slew of health issues, neurological, stomach issues, allergies. You don't want that. If the apricots that are dried are still orange, that's not good. Look for them to be this color. So this also lends itself wonderfully to the fudge, because this is a chocolate fudge, so this brown color already allows it to be that deep, dark fudge color that we're looking for. So in goes the soaked apricots into a food processor. This is a one-shot recipe in the sense that it's all in one thing. We're putting it all in the food processor, whirling it around, and that's it. It's going to be ready. So we started with the soaked apricots. Now on to every time a bag of cacao opens, I swear an angel comes flying out, because this is what happens every time I smell this. So what did I use here? I used 1 cup. I did 1 cup of cacao. We want this rich, decadent chocolatey fudge, loaded with magnesium, which is actually calming. So, you know, we're always so concerned about chocolate being a stimulant, and yes, it does have an energizing effect, but first and foremost, it actually has a calming effect, good quality. So magnesium it is. So we're going to put a cup's worth of cacao powder into the food processor bowl. I'm using a quarter cup here in case you're wondering why I'm pouring so much into it. So I'm doing 4 of these quarter cups to make the cup. So last touch here. Excellent. I could just eat that, just pureed apricot and cacao, but let's keep going here because this recipe is loaded with delicious, healthy ingredients that you never know how healthy it is when you taste it because it's just so decadent. So now we're using hemp seeds. I actually joke. I call this this recipe hemp brownie fudge. So for all you groovy people out there who like your hemp, you can have your hemp brownie and feel good about it here. So half a cup. This is the hulled variety, which means that the shell has been removed. It's soft, it's silky, adds lovely creamy texture to the brownie. Essential fatty acids you have going on right here. Lovely. So what's next? We have, secret ingredient that has been an amazing new addition to my kitchen pantry, lucuma powder. So for some of you who are wondering what the heck this is all about, lucuma is, in South America, it's used as a sweetener. It's so popular as an ice cream, blended into smoothies. It's a fruit that's indigenous to, of course, the South America with its amazing varieties of exotic fruit. Lucuma is another one of them. So when it's freeze-dried and then blended into a powder, it gives recipes a silky smooth. Oh, let me just rip this open. It gives recipes a silky smooth texture. It could be used as a flour substitute. I've baked my banana bread substituting some of the flour for the lucuma powder. It's a low glycemic option. It adds a nice hint of sweetness, almost like, to me, I find a caramel type of taste. So in goes the lucuma powder. It's going to help thicken the fudge and give it a nice subtle sweetness with some creaminess as well. One more dry ingredient and then we'll finish off with a few wet ones and then we're done. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla powder. Here we have our ingredients that help bind this all together. We have coconut oil. You know it's summertime when your coconut oil is liquid. It's a hot one out there today, so it's completely liquefied, not a problem. It will, once, if you decide to keep this fudge in the fridge, it will harden up in the fridge and be perfect for the fudge. So we're putting 2 tablespoons worth. And then last but not least, we're sweetening it up with some agave nectar, clear raw agave nectar, which some people are completely anti-agave, and if that's the case, agave, whatever, tomato, if that's the case, you can use another sweetener of choice. I like agave because it's actually quite neutral in its taste, so something like maple syrup, which is amazing, lends a maple flavor. If you want to make maple fudge, for something about the exotic elements of this fudge lend itself really well to another exotic agave plant, so I wanted to use this, but feel free to substitute with your sweetener of choice if this concerns. We're putting 6 tablespoons of raw, clear agave, and that's it. So where is the lid? I am going to fit the lid on and give this a whirl. So I have this lid on. I like to give it a whirl first, seeing how much it incorporates. If need be, I grab a spatula, I help the sides pull together, and also if need be, if it needs a little bit of liquid, you can add a little bit of the water that the apricots were soaking in, or just add a little bit of filtered water to help loosen it up. So I'm going to give this a whirl now on high, and you'll see it's going to form a fudge ball. You pretty much know it's done when it all pulls together, and as it's twirling, it all kind of comes into a fudge ball, really, is how I can best describe it. You see, it kind of just clumped all like that. And you'll see also the reflexive hemp throughout, which is really nice. It adds a little, I guess, just nice texture to the fudge. It's not crunchy or anything like that, but it's nice. It's, like I said, if you want, it's like a hemp brownie. So that's it really here in terms of it all coming together. And then when that's all done and come together, you will grab 6 by 9 inch, and that lends itself to a perfect thickness of fudge. So in this glass dish, I don't have it lined with parchment paper. You could do that if you're concerned about it sticking, but it should be just fine because of the coconut oil that you use. But better safe than sorry if you want, and you can line it with some parchment paper. So I'm literally just taking the fudge out. Usually it's much easier, comes out in a ball, but for some reason the way it spun around today, it lodged the blade in. So you just take out your fudge, which is so ooey gooey. I can't wait to have this. It depends on how you like your fudge, at what temperature. I like my raw fudge cold. So after I pat it down in here, I'm gonna put it in the fridge, let it harden up a little, and when I score it into pieces, and then grab a piece of fudge from the fridge, it's just like cold, but at the same time still melts in your mouth, and that's the way I like it. But feel free to eat your fudge any way you want. You can put this in the freezer, or like I said, you can eat it just as is, room temperature. We're putting the last bits, we're just filling in the pan. And yeah, this stores really well. If you're gonna leave it, if you like your fudge at room temperature, I wouldn't advise that you keep this out all the time. You want it to stay fresh, so you keep it in the fridge or the freezer, and then when you're ready to eat it, you remove it and let it come to your desired temperature. So this way your fudge will stay fresh, and you can indulge in this healthy, vital energy treat whenever you desire it. So there we have it. I would smooth it out a little bit more, and then I would let it firm up in the fridge a little bit, score it into the sizes of fudge that you want, or leave as is and cut later on. And there you have it. You have your vital energy prana fudge.
Feel the beat of ecstasy inside your soul, pumping hard.